One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Illini, Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Delaware Blue Hens, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another Illini. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Illinois will kick it off to get us underway. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Delaware's offense will take the field first. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
Hold on.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pocket breaking down. Swings it out to the flat. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Blue Hens will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. The Fighting Illini take possession, and their offense will go to work for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
He'll go to the sneak.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Pulls and fires complete. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. wide receiver going in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Blue Hens have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Blue Hens are moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. One man in the backfield, and he gets it.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Blue Hens pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. On the option. He'll pitch it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And the Blue Hens really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Surging forward on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. They send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. The Blue Hens with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Gives it on the option. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Big time run on that one as he goes out of bounds right at the 10. And the Blue Hens back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it to the back. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Landry. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware. Quick strike through the air for the score.
So underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I think early in the football game, man, you're figuring out the wind. I think he kind of underestimated that a little bit. Like, throws that football, the wind knocks it down a little bit. The defense takes advantage with some early momentum on that interception.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Got it behind the line. It's Meadows. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period. It's Delaware holding the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Back to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Blue Hens will have it 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Landry. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now the play fake. He's got it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Oh, he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Fires to the right. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll return it from the 50. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board. Turning it on! Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. This is a designed run. Fights off a defender. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Blue Hens now with a long on the nasty move, and now he's got room. Touchdown, Blue Hens! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He's open on the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Here comes the heat. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. He's looking to throw. He's got the tight end. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Landry. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
The Blue Hens come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Blue Hens will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Blue Hens, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. With jet sweep pass. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Dropping back, it's Landry. Fires to the big fella. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Now facing a 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big, wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop them? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him? Or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the Blue Hens will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. He'll pull it on the read. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to pass. It's Landry. Takes the easy completion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds a man in the middle. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Hens will snap it on 1st and 10. Now on the counter. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And the Blue Hens will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. After getting knocked down behind the line, it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Touchdown, Blue Hens! And the punishment has been extended. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Liberty is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sparky isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet.
He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Back to pass. They get to him as he throws. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. 3rd play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not able to get onto the field. The give from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. The play action fake. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. To the air, it's Landry. Fires it down the seam. Working that left side. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Delaware. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the point after is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. They'll run it from the gun. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks. The punt team makes its way onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Makes the catch near the 50. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Quick completion to the right. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Blue Hens come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quarterback keeper. And there were some collisions in there. The D finally stops him short of the marker. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. With that last catch, he now breaks the 1,500-yard mark for his career.
And that's a pretty good accomplishment, man. Hitting 1,500 yards, that speaks to your consistency, your durability, and your playmaking ability, Palmer, to consistently make plays. Because when you got those guys as a quarterback, you find them.
It's pretty nice. 1,500 yards, obviously a great number. The cool thing about him, though, he doesn't care about the stats. This guy just wants to win week in, week out. He's hungry, and he's made plays throughout his career.
And the Blue Hens with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be 4th down and decision time. Good right down the boulevard. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Rushes on him, fires downfield. And his first pass is incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after...
Oh, he's got some space. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Illinois moving it quickly down the field. Off play action on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Trying to convert, Illinois comes to the line. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
It's a turnover on downs.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looking to throw, it's Landry. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd down.
Here's the handoff. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. The Blue Hens are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. A run for the quarterback. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got his man out of the backfield. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Fighting Illini needs to get it to the county line for a first down. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They boot it away. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catches signaled for and made. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Look out, he's got room.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And the Blue Hens decide to punt it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got some of the work done on first down. Let's see what they have on 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Breaks the tackle. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.